Yeah, normally I would defer to some of the things I located and sort of put in our notes here, but I just was I think struck by this news you found about a live action Scooby-Doo TV show coming to Netflix. Is this Freddie Prinze and Sarah Michelle Gellar? Are they involved in this at all?
No, I don't think they're bringing that cast back or Matthew Lillard or
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, okay. But yeah, this did catch my eye. They're working on a live action Scooby-Doo for Netflix. And the producer is Greg Berlanti. Are you familiar with Greg Berlanti? You know his
I, I
name.
I can't say that I'm that familiar, no.
He does all kinds of stuff, actually. He's kind of become a big deal, I guess. But generally, he's getting the producer credit. So one never knows precisely how involved that means someone is. It
Yeah.
can vary quite a bit if you're credited as a producer, all the way from they're in the fine details to call me an executive producer because I'm cool.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but I think Berlanti tends to be, I don't know, at least someone involved. He was behind what gets referred to as the Arrowverse on the
Oh,
CW.
okay. Okay.
All of those shows, Arrow, The Flash, and the other ones, and some other stuff. I think he's involved with you. I mean, he's just kind of.
So it's sort of a pretty diverse CV, as it were, of what he's done before. I guess I was just struck by this fact that from Netflix, this has a script to series commitment. So basically, if they like it, they're going to produce the whole season, I guess. I guess there's a demand for live action Scooby-Doo right now.
Yeah, I mean, and part of why I mentioned Greg Berlanti is, sometimes some of these news items catch my eye, and it's kind of like they're thinking about maybe making a show sometime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this one's going to happen because of those details with Craig Berlanti and the detail you mentioned about scripted series order and all of that. And it's existing IP. It's Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
So they'll probably do it. What do you think about the idea of recreating this classic show? It goes back to like 1969.
I know. I
Scooby-Doo,
think
where are you? Exclamation point.
if they can somehow in live action capture the campiness and the sort of original, just sort of whimsical piece of the animated series, I can be on board with that. I can't say, that the live action movie was, I was blown away by it or
Yeah.
thought it was some sort of amazing piece of art, but this is all going to depend on how they frame it, I guess.
It's a difficult task.
Yeah.
The tone of it, as you mentioned, and of course there have been various iterations
Yeah.
of Scooby-Doo, but I think talking about camp is appropriate
Yeah.
for all of them in one way or another. If you're gonna do Scooby-Doo to kind of get the tone of it. And then the big question is, all right, it's live action. Well, how do you do the dog?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Or,
If
you
it's
know
terrible
what?
CGI, yeah, that
I saw some people talking about this recently that a deep lore of Scooby Doo is that he's not a dog; he's actually an alien.
oh boy.
I read this. Don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But regardless,
But
how do you?
they just need to do, they can bring the Harlem Globetrotters in, whatever the 2025 version of Vincent Price is, bring all these people onto the show. Let's just recreate it, basically.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do.
Yeah.
I'm all for it in a certain way, but it has to have that tone. If you did a live action Scooby Doo and made it, I don't know, serious,
Yeah.
that'd be weird, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, um, how exactly do you pull this off?
I will very curious to see how they do it, which means I'll at least check out an episode or two to see what happens.
Yeah, no release date or anything. I mean, I'm really kind of early out on this one, but as I said, I do feel relatively confident that it will happen, given the involvement of Greg Berlanti um, and all of that. So.